What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new news video. Today what I have for you guys, we're going to be going over the MW3 Season 6 DLC weapons that have been leaked. We're going to go over the new aftermarket parts that were found in the files. We're also going to talk about some other potential upcoming weapons and things that you need to know. Also, we do have a new Black Ops 6 update, which I'll be covering in just a second. So if you do find today's video helpful or informative, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. A reminder, we did get a big update yesterday for the Black Ops 6 beta where they changed the movement speeds, they've nerfed and buffed some of the weapons, and if you want to know all about those patch notes, I'll have the video link down in the description. Also, a reminder, I did create a brand new Discord community server, so if you'd like to join up, find some people to play with, or if you just want to stay up to date on announcements, news, or anything like that, I highly recommend that you join that. I'll have the link down in the description. Before we get into it, a quick word from our sponsor, Mitch Cactus. It's a store that can get you the most exclusive operators, help you unlock mastery camos like Interstellar or Borealis, all the zombie schematics, and even Black Ops 6 packages coming soon. They don't use unlock tools or mods, so you know it's 100% legitimate, and they have over 10,000 verified reviews on Trustpilot. You can use code TRIDZO for a 5% discount. The link will be down in the description. The first thing that we have is a brand new Black Ops 6 multiplayer update. The update actually went live at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It says Saturday, September 7th, multiplayer. For the maps, they did an update for Scud to return into the rotation of Core Mosh Pit. Honestly, I didn't even notice that the map wasn't there, but they've now added it back in. It looks like they haven't added any other maps, so for those of you guys who are waiting for Stakeout, it looks like it may end up being added tomorrow rather than today because they already did today's update. They didn't add Gunfight, and they didn't add Stakeout, so I'm guessing they're going to leave these two pieces of new content for tomorrow. The question is, are they only going to give us a day to try out that map as well as Gunfight? As you know, the beta is set to end on Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm really hoping that they may end up doing like a surprise announcement where they stretch it a couple of days. I've seen them do that with past betas before, so maybe if we're lucky enough, that could be something that they will do. But anyways, the next thing that we have is progression. It says daily challenges addressed an issue where users weren't granted bonus XP after completing daily challenges. They did a stability update, addressed issues with server-side stability, hopefully some packet loss fixes there and the app's crashing. And then general double weapon XP begins at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So now it is officially live and you can level up the new SMG, the Tonto, or any other weapon that you may not have gotten to try. This is your opportunity to level it up. But anyways, that's everything that you need to know in regards to the Black Ops 6 patch notes. And as I mentioned earlier, expect another update to go tomorrow to bring in new content. Maybe if there's bug fixes or anything like that that they need to test out or fix, they'll also end up introducing that, but that'll be for tomorrow's video. Anyways, let's go on and talk about the brand new weapons that are going to be coming into MW3. So Modern Warfare 3 has around a week and a half left. This upcoming Wednesday, we have one last weekly challenge that will go live. Originally, the last weekly challenge is always going to reward you with a weapon blueprint. This time around, they actually ended up flipping it around. I'm not sure why, but the weapon blueprint was available in last Wednesday's weekly challenge, and they posted this instead. They said, update, the Devastators will debut next week. Week 7 is a blueprint reward. Apologies for any inconvenience. And while we wait, here's a preview of what's to come, and this is the animation that we have. And I'm not gonna lie, it's probably one of the best animations that they have ever added here so far in Modern Warfare 3. It looks actually pretty sick. You see him throw up the bullet and grab it with his mouth and then throw it back in and then cock it back, and it's actually a pretty sick animation. But this will be available this upcoming Wednesday with the weekly challenges that you'll need to complete, and then after you end up finishing that off, we will enter Season 6. And with Season 6, it looks like the scheduling is going to be a little bit different, so we're not going to receive as many weapons as you were to expect with any other typical season. I believe you usually get like 5, so 3 at the very start, and then the other 2 come in during Reloaded. And then for the aftermarket weapons, there's usually 5 to 6, and those are throughout the entire life cycle of the season. Every single weekly challenge, there's a brand new aftermarket part that you can unlock new. But here's where it gets a little bit different. There is no Season 6 Reloaded, mainly for the reason that there's just no time to make another update. Usually a Reloaded update is a month after the initial download. So Season 5, 1 month later, Season 5 Reloaded, 1 month later, Season 6, and then 1 month later, instead of Season 6 Reloaded, it's going to be Black Ops 6 officially launching. So all the support is going to move on to Black Ops 6, meaning that all the content that we are going to get in the Season 6 update is going to be half the usual that we are used to getting. So first off, in terms of the DLC weapons that have been leaked, only 2 of them were leaked. There could be a potential third one that could come in, but I don't expect it to be more than 3. And as for these weapons, the first one is called the HCAR, which is the Modern Bar Battle Rifle. It's a modernized version, and this is the photo of what I was able to find over on Google. I went ahead and created a concept of what it will look like in game. So I threw it in the gunsmith just to show you guys what it would probably end up looking like when you're customizing the loadout or editing it. But according to leakers, this is one of the weapons that was being updated and was added in Season 5 Reloaded. So it's a very strong indicator that this will be one of the brand new weapons that we are going to get. Then there's also a second DLC weapon, and this one's going to be the LMG, known as the RPL 20. I believe this is the first time we've gotten an LMG since the TAC Evolver ended up releasing back in Season 1. So it would make sense that since they started with an LMG, they're going to end it off with an LMG. But these are the 2 weapons that we know of so far in terms of leaks. There are a couple of other weapons in the past that were leaked before that just never made it into the game. For example, the PM9 SMG, that was one of the weapons that we sort of thought would come in, but it just no new info ever released for that. There may be a couple of other weapons, but these as of right now are the most likely candidates that we're going to end up seeing. I do expect maybe one more weapon that may end up being either a melee weapon or a pistol. Usually a secondary is added alongside these weapons, and I feel like that would sort of make sense. So maybe 3 of these would be available in the battle pass for you to unlock. On top of these weapons being added into the battle pass, there's also going to be weapons that you're going to get through the weekly challenges, and those are going to be the aftermarket parts. Now, as of right now, in terms of the information that we have regarding that, we have 3 of them. So the Cat AMR has an aftermarket part that's being worked on. In the past, leakers showed gameplay footage of the Cat AMR shooting rockets, and it looked like it was probably one of the craziest things. I can't show it because they were taking down those videos for copyrighted purposes, and I'm gonna guess because unfortunately it was scrapped. According to Bob Network, they actually ended up removing it from the files. Instead of rocket launcher bullets, it looks like it's gonna be shooting sabot bullets instead. So the Cat AMR aftermarket part is still gonna be a thing, and I guess they just tuned it and upgraded it in that way. But I feel like that may end up being very overpowered. Probably gonna be an instant one shot with that aftermarket part. But the second aftermarket part that we have is gonna be coming in for the Storm Ender, and this actually makes a little bit of sense because when you head on over into the Storm Ender in the creative class, you can see that it has the option to add attachments, but up until now you haven't been able to put on any sort of an attachment. So it looked like they had this planned for a while. Some people were saying that maybe this could turn it into the EM1. If you guys remember, the EM1 was one of the previous weapons that we thought would be coming into the game, but it ended up being the Storm Ender, which was just sort of a launcher that just shoots kill streaks down, and it shoots like EMP bullets, if that makes sense, but it's pretty useless against other players. So it would make sense for them to turn it maybe into like an AR or some sort of a laser weapon like the EM1 from Advanced Warfare, and that could potentially be a really fun aftermarket part that you are able to use. So that is the second one that we have. The third aftermarket part comes in for a shotgun, and that is going to be for the MX Guardian. According to Bob Network, he said that it's actually going to end up shooting arrows, so that's what they're converting it to. And someone made a concept of the MX Guardian and what it would look like shooting crossbow bullets. So that actually looks hilarious, and it looks like they're going a pretty crazy direction with these aftermarket parts, and I hope that they do make them as fun as possible, because remember, Season 6 is a month long before we end up getting the release of Black Ops 6. So after the beta ends, we have to go right back to MW3 and Warzone, and hopefully there's enough content to just keep us distracted up until Black Ops 6 fully releases. But what are your thoughts and opinions on these weapons that have been leaked so far? Do you think this will be a good season and a great way to end off Season 6? But that's all that I got for you guys in this one. Thank you guys for tuning in. I do have plenty of other Modern Warfare 3 videos lined up for you guys, so let me know what else you guys want to see. But it's been your boy Chidzo, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.